I know my background isn't backgrounding right now, but imagine being in one style for 6 long months, guys. And then when you take down that style that you had to wear for 6 months, right? Imagine wanting to take it down, but you're having that discipline. You're trying to push yourself because in your mind you will come out with some good results, because remember, the time is long. It's not 1 month, 6 weeks, it is 6 months. Then to take down your style and no hair growth. What? Guys, honestly, I don't know how I would react. I know that for a fact I would be disappointed. I would be a multiple of emotions. And one thing I'm sure I would do is cry. And that's just one part, guys. The other part that gave me literal anxiety is the fact that it took her 12 days to take down this style. To think of it, the longest it has ever taken me to take down any style, and let's say mini twist, because that's the only style I've ever gone that tiny with, and it has taken me the most 3 days 3 days to take down my mini twist. And that's because I had to break up the times because I had other things doing. But imagine 12 days, guys. That's one hell of a style. Right? One L of a style. And if you're wondering what style it is mini braids. Now, I'm currently on a journey of wearing braids, but no, it's not mini braids. It is chunky braids. Here's a picture of how my braids look right now under this thing, which is a satin do-rag. So that's the miniest I will ever go with braids, and that's not mini, right? So yes, she had in mini braids for 6 long months, and I can understand because there's a lot of people doing mini braids right now. Joy B is an example, and she's doing very well over there, so you can check her out, guys, and it's working. So I had no doubt that she would come out with some good results. I was raving for her. I was excited about the results I would see her with at the end of her challenge, but it kind of didn't go as we all expected, including her. One thing I will say is I am proud of her for taking on that journey, because I can tell it's not an easy journey. Because personally for me, I think I would give up around month 2. I would start missing my hair. I would start, going crazy, having to be in the one style. Well, I'm always in one protective style, whether it's twists or braids, but I do take down my hair, rock like a updo from time to time to take a break and just enjoy my hair. Protective styles do work because I grew my hair from this to this in protective style, and others have grown their hair using protective style as well. So I know for sure that protective style works. But in regards to what happened with this lady, I think there are a few things that could have been done to make our protective style challenge more successful than it was. And I said more successful because I don't see her experience as a failure. I actually see it as a learning process. She learned from it, and we, the viewers, we learned from it too. I personally learned a lot from her experience, so I don't see it as a failure. I see it as a chance for her to look back on her routine, look back on the entire challenge, and see what she could have change, what she could have done better to make the process more successful. So I will share my thoughts a little bit later in the video of what I think she could have done to make her 6 months hair growth challenge more successful and achieve the results she set out to achieve. But I'll do that after I tell you guys who this lady is, because I know you guys are curious. You guys are there wondering, what am I talking about? Who is this lady? So I'll do an introduction of this beautiful lady, and then I will share my thoughts on what she could have done better. So if you're interested to find out, guys, keep on watching. Please remember to like the video, to subscribe, to share, and to leave your thoughts in the comment section. You guys know I love to hear your feedbacks. I love to interact with you, and I love when you guys support. It is free and it helps the channel to grow. So please, guys, go on ahead and do those few things, and let's continue with this video.
Zinke is a natural hair content creator born and raised in Johannesburg, South Africa, with over 12,000 subscribers on the YouTube platform. She started her natural hair journey in 2015, which means currently she is 10 years natural. She's always been passionate about natural hair and is very proud to be an inspiration to our community. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, she has really thick, beautiful natural hair, and her hair before and after her 6 months mini braids challenge, which was extended to 7 months, is still surprisingly sitting at her tailbone.
So Zinke, which I believe that is the pronunciation, guys. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. She is amazing. Her content it's different. It's more geared to history because she loves history, which is why she was inspired to start the challenge in the first place. And the challenge was amazing. As I said, guys, it wasn't a failure. She did something that, you know, I personally wouldn't do, but I learned from it. I learned a lot from it, and I'm sure a lot of other ladies learned as well. So I believe that it's something that can be done, but here are a few things that I believe she probably should have done so that she could have reaped the results that she wanted. I believe that she should have taken down the braids like in between, instead of just going straight and washing her hair continuously with the braids in. So she should have probably like re-braided them at least every 6 weeks. I think if she had done that, the knots and the tangles wouldn't have been so extreme, and she wouldn't have probably lost so much hair, because you know when your hair is so tangled and knotted, no matter how careful you are, guys, you will experience breakage and much more hair loss than you would have if your hair wasn't so badly tangled. So I believe if she had been doing that, like going through refreshing, separating the hairs instead of having them just like have their own way and just tangle up together and mat and just become so chaotic, I believe that she would have seen the hair growth that she wanted to see. I believe that her hair grew because she had a lot of new growth at her roots. If you watch the video, you would see that she had a lot of new growth, guys, but as I said, because of the tangles and the way she had to take it down, she was using a fine-tooth comb. She did pretty well with the prep, using a good slippery product. But guys, as I said, it doesn't matter how careful you are or what products you use. If your hair is badly tangled, you will experience breakage and a lot of hair loss. So yes, I think that could have been one of the reasons why she did not see the hair growth that she wanted. The next thing is that I think that if she was using more products to kind of aid in the hair growth process, to stimulate her scalp and so on, she did say that in her video, and I 100% agree, guys. Sorry for the goat or any noise that you're hearing in the background. I'm actually on a farm, so yeah, you will hear some noise, so I apologize for that. I totally agree with her with the use of stimulating ingredients. So I think that if she had been making more teas and using up her ingredients like peppermint, like rosemary, using some natural ayurvedic teas like neem and like amla, and just making those powerful hair growth teas, lemongrass, them, guys, she would have seen more new growth, because she had new growth already, but she would have seen more new growth. And maybe if she had more new growth, she would have probably gotten the chance to see some length, because the more new growth you have, even if you're losing some, there will be some that you can retain, because there is enough to preserve, even though some are being damaged. So yeah, that's one other thing. Third thing, guys, is I believe that when you're going on such a long challenge, you should choose a style that you can easily take down and refresh and like redo. I believe that mini braids were just too stressful for a 6 months hair growth challenge, because to refresh them, it would take so much time to take down even one of those tiny braids and redo it. And if you're a working person or you have a busy life, that's just a no-no, because the frustration, the stress that it would bring on, it would just be too much, not only for you as the individual, but for your hair as well, because just the fact that the hair is so small, and with braids it's more compact, so you have to be using either a fine tooth
comb or a needle or something to take down those braids, because I feel like if you're trying with your fingers, it's going to pose a challenge. Because what I noticed is that she was using a fine tooth comb, and I believe that it's because using her fingers would have been a lot slower and it would have been a lot more challenging. So with your braids being so fine, it's the chances of breakage is even higher because of how small it is. So I believe that if you are going on a 6 months hair growth challenge and you want to come out not just with hair growth but healthy hair, experiencing minimal breakage and so on, choose a style that is not so small and it's easier to maintain. I know that a lot of persons do it and it works, but guys, I personally wouldn't, and I don't encourage you to do it. If you are a busy person, you don't have the time, and you really don't, you're really not at that stage where you're super patient to deal with an hairstyle like that. Right? You have to have the patience. Your gentleness has to be up there to deal with taking down mini braids after 6 months or even 2 months, right? That is why I stick to the bigger braids, because I tried to convince myself, when I saw Jarby doing it, and I think what's her name again, Tialin, but I don't think Tialin braids are so much tiny, but they are still small. So when I saw those people doing it and they were getting good results, I convinced myself, but I just couldn't do it, guys. It's just too much work, and it's not the only style that you can grow your hair in. There are other styles you can do mini twist. Mini twist is much more easier to deal with. The only thing is that you will experience tangles a bit faster and the style will age a bit quicker. But if you don't want to do mini twist, you can always go for chunky braids. Look at my natural academia. She literally grew her hair in chunky braids, and even though she's not really posting right now, if you check out her videos, you will see that she has really long, beautiful hair. So guys, yeah, I wouldn't advise that unless you really can handle it and you really have the patience and the gentleness to endure that process of taking down those very, very tiny braids. So that is it for my thoughts, guys. If you have anything to say, you can leave it in the comments and we can continue the discussion from there. But for now, that is all I have to say.